Hi, I'm going to just do you a bit of a hair tutorial. This is my block, and I'm going to show you a style which is really simple to achieve. You can achieve it on yourself, which if you come to college you'll see me with it quite a lot, or you can do it on a block if you're lucky to have one like me or someone in your house. So let me talk about how I want you to prepare the hair first of all. So I put a centre parting in, and I've used a comb to do that with, and I've used this part of my comb, just the very edge, to be able to draw a line in the head all the way down and combing it through to create that centre parting all the way down. Now I am going to prep the hair a little bit, and before I've come on to show you this demonstration, the client has got clean hair, so it's really clean and manageable, and I just need to prep it a little bit because, as you know, with clean hair sometimes it gets too slippy and too slimy, so we just need to get a little bit of grip in there. So just with some hairspray, just in my one section on this side, just going to just spray it through and almost dirty it out a little bit. Now I'm using Weller products, and that's because that's the company who we work with at college. And then I'm just going to place a little bit of a pin, but if you've not got one of those, a bobble or an elastic will be able to do. So I'm going to just do exactly the same on the other side, so just clawing it with my fingers. You can see I'm not really combing it dead tight at the moment. I'm just going to spray again through this hair, and all this is just to do is just to give it a little bit of a barrier, because what I want to do is put a little bit of heated equipment through the hair first of all, in order just to give it a bit of bulk, so when I'm working with it the hair's prepared and I'm ready to be able to put it into my style. So again, I'm just going to just pin that and just section that with a clip like so. Okay, now if you haven't got straighteners at home, it's not necessary to be able to put some curl in the hair, but I am just going to put a little bit of bend in it, and I'm just using my GHDs for this. So I've got my one section that I'm working with, and I'm just taking nice manageable chunks into my hands. And at the curl at the front, you always want to bring it away from the face. So I'm bringing in my straightener, and then I'm just bending it through. And just with that end, I just want to guide it through, just so it comes all the way down. That's it, nice and smooth. Ooh, like so. As you can see, it gives you a really nice defined curl, and that's more defined now because of the preparation product that I've put onto it. So you can see they're quite hefty. I'm not putting any root movement in. I'm going to just do it through those mid-lengths and ends, and again with my hands, so I'm just using my hands, and again I'm going to bring it away from the hair, so placing my straightener in and then moving it around and just guiding those ends through, Now you may notice that you may see just a little bit of steam coming off, and that's fine, that's just the product just sealing into that hair and just giving that layer of protection. Sometimes it can also mean that your hair isn't perfectly dry, but as you can see how gorgeous those two curls are already and how neat that they are. So just again clawing with my hands through and taking it in again. So how curling with straighteners works is that the hair gets hot, and it's however you want to mould it when the hair comes out, and that's what gives you the curl. Now you can have different size of straighteners, so you can have really big ones that are going to give you a really big bouncy curl, which is really on trend still, that curl look, or you can use them like I am. This is just your basic bog standard style or size. It's just going to give it just that little bit of mould, and it just takes out that little bit of frizz from the client's hair when you're doing it. So if you are going to do hairdressing, you do get a block in your kit, and it's going to be really important that you at home practice those skills. And as you can see, I'm using a stand to do that. What you'll get in your kit is you'll get a little clamp to be able to do it at home and be able to practice all those skills that you need to do to be able to get stronger. If you're in beauty, you will do an image. So at the very end of your diploma, you will need to do an overall image, which includes hair and makeup. The same for nails. You will also do an image and a look. And for media, you'll have hair built into the course anyway with you. It's really important to have that full skill set for your clients really now, is they want more from you all the time. So having that skill set is perfect. So this side is now curled, it's got that movement in it, and I'm just going to just place a pin in that and just leave it to one side. I'm just going to continue with the other side now. So we wanted to create this virtual prom for you because I'm sure some of you have missed out on that event. So we just wanted to make it a little bit more fun and give you some activities that you can actually do at home, or maybe a new style. I mean, this could be for our beauty therapists. You could do your hair like this because obviously you want to look really neat. The industry, you know, always says for you to look a certain way. As you can see, nice and precise. And her hair is really long. Obviously throughout the course you will be using your block quite a lot. You need to be making sure that you take great care of it, just like you would with your hair, because this is a portion of real hair and also artificial at the same time. Bringing it through like so. You can see how short the length goes as well. So some clients don't like to have a curled effect in their hair. They know it's going to reduce that length. So doing it more near the mid-length and ends as opposed to doing it right up at that high root. Because sometimes it's good just to gain that, or just to retain that length. So still working through. But as you can see, it doesn't take long to do. And I know sometimes it's more difficult on your own hair to do. I would recommend you not using a mirror. Sometimes we get a bit fumbled with our left and rights, don't we? But taking that manageable section here, and it's that twist that gets that curl into it. So it's that movement there. Last section. So the other things that I'm going to use in this hair up design today is I've just got a few elastics or bobbles, whatever you have at home, because we're going to do a plait and then just secure it at the ends with one. And then I've just got a couple of bobby pins. Hopefully you've got some of those at home to be able to secure it through. They're really reasonably priced and they look like this. So they've got a little 2-supporter prong at the end, which has got like a little bumper on to protect your hair. It's got a little ridged area and then that little secure part. So I'm going to just use a few of those and also a few little elastics as well. Okay, I'm going to allow that to cool because it's really important with hair that when you do something, you allow it just to set, you allow it just to cool. Okay, I'm going to turn around. It's good, isn't it? Turn around. Whee, like so. So now I've got this movement into those ends. I can just claw it out and you can just see that loosened effect. Now, if you were wanting to have that kind of waved effect in, it's basically just work with it and just scrunching it and just letting it lie through. But we're actually going to seal it up. So placing the hair, and I'm going to plait it from behind the ear. Let me change my direction actually for you to make it easier, like that. And I'm trying to get all those little fine little bits in, but don't worry, if there is some little baby hairs through there, if you're doing it on a friend or a family member, then don't worry too much. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start my plait from just behind that ear, and everyone's ears are in a different place. I'm going to go in with a very, very basic 3-stem plait. Now I'm saying basic because some of you may find it difficult, but I'm going to try and make it as easy as possible for you. So 3 manageable sections. Always start with that outer coming into the middle. As you can see, I'm using my hands to still hold on to it. And what we're going to do is we're going to bring those sections into the middle, into the middle, into the middle, into the middle. And we're going to go all the way down to the ends. And I'm using my little fingers to bring that hair through. Now, it's good for you to practice your plaiting. It means that you improve what's called dexterity. So if you're concerned about your hand strength, which you need in all of our trades, this is a great skill to use because you're using your hands in a different way and manipulating them through. I'm going to try and go all the way to the very, very end, all the way, as much as I possibly can. And then with my elastic, you can see I'm using black ones in this client's hair today. I'm just going to wrap it around and just get that security. I'm not going to make it dead tight. I'm going to leave myself a little bit of room, because what I want to be able to do is just play with that plait a little bit and then just pull it out almost, just kneading it through. If it's too tight with the end, just pull it down a little bit so it gives you enough room to be able to play with that. And again, I'm going to apply a little bit of hairspray just over the top of that, like so. Brilliant. I'm just turning my straighteners off, like so. And exactly the same on the other side. Ooh. Being careful of all my wires, making sure I'm being safe. Okay, where is she? There you are. Okay. And again, behind the ear. In an elastic, dragging my fingers through, just loosening that curl off. And if you find that the hair is still a bit frizzy, you can use something like a serum, something like an oil-based product. And what that will just do is it will just give it that sheen and just that finish off. You don't want it to be too oily. You want it still to have that real natural kind of feel to the hair, especially if you're going to be doing this for prom, or you want to be able to pull it out a little bit and make it a little bit more romantic. Take it through. What I love about this style is, first of all, it's really simple to do. But secondly, I can attach things into it. So if I was doing it for a bride, or if I was doing it for maybe a bridesmaid, it's really easy to attach things into it. I'm going to show you how and what I mean by that in a moment. So again, securing that end, and just making sure I've got a little bit of room on it again, because I want to be able to pull it out. I'm just going to just add a little bit of hairspray to that. And always let that hairspray just dry. Just pulling it out. I want to use as much of the hair in the plait as I possibly can. As much of it as I possibly can. Just going to move that out of the way. Okay. Now, obviously I'm using my camera to be able to see my front image. But if you want to be able to get a good idea of your balance, try and do it in front of a mirror. If you've got one in your bedroom or you've got one in your hall, try and set up your area there. Okay, we're now going to bring the hair around. So I'm going to place my hand in like so. And I'm going to bring that hair up and around, as you can see, and over the head. Like so. Okay. Now the place that I need to secure it is actually here, not here. So I think a lot of people would think I'm going to pin it there and it's going to stay insecure, but it's actually through here. So just with my pins, I'm not using my mouse because it's not good. I'm just opening it with my finger and I'm going to place some pins in. I'm going to disguise them. So when I'm going in, I'm going underneath. Let me bring that a little bit closer. So I'm going underneath when I'm placing that pin, because you want to get as much disguise as you possibly can. And again, opening it up, and I'm going to go underneath. So I'm securing it from underneath. And as you can see, I'm using a browner pin, so they're not going to notice. And we get these in all different colours. We get them in gold, we get them in a blondie colour, get them in black. But these are brown, these are just to match the client's hair colour. As you can see, I've got that really nice shape around the ear, and I've also got this shape up here. And that's secured now. If I put her head straight, that's secured now, as you can see. And building it through. So I want to do the other side now. Exactly the same. Hand in. Bringing it round. And I'm going to bring it over the top. And you can see now you've got two almost plaits then on top of the head. And again, I'm going to secure it in here. Now don't worry about this end bit, because we're going to do something with that bit in a bit. And again, I'm going to secure it. Now, the funny thing about hair is that even if you think that it's not gone to plan, you never take it all down. There's always some adaptation that you can make to improve on it. So even though this piece of hair here is lying a little bit baggy, what I can do is I can lift it up and I can manipulate the hair. So once you've got this secured area on this side, it then means that you can play with it. So we never take it down. We always try and work with it as much as we possibly can. I'm going to face it to me for a second just so I can see it. And what I'm doing is I'm putting the two plaits on top of each other on the top area, because I actually want that to be my highest point. So it looks like a little bit of a crown, looks really attractive. But obviously this end is causing me a problem. I can do one of two things. I can either wrap it around my finger and pin it in, or just tuck it in, like so. And I'm using the flat of my hands to be able to pin the hair in. And again, all of my pins are underneath, yeah? So you can see it's got that nice swirl through the back, coming through here, and we can't see any pins, and then we've got this lovely little crown area at the top. And again. So when I said we can secure things into it, we can pin items into this. And what fashion is stating for next year is it's still going very Greek. So blondes are going a little bit more golden, and we're starting to see accessories of leaves being put into the hair and hair being taken all away now. So fringes are now coming out and everything's coming back, and it's coming very soft. So this is a really great style because you're able to attach things very easily to it. So I'm just popping a few more pins. As you can see, I've only used 6 pins up to now, so it's really minimal. And I want to do the shape test because this is what we do. We go, ooh, is it moving? If it's not moving, we're all right. But always give the client a few more clips, or your friend a few more clips if you're doing it on, just to get that added security into it. So I'm still playing with it. Like I say, never give in. Even if it's incorrect or you feel you've not got the balance, always complete the style. Take a picture of it, reflect on it, have a look at it. How can you improve it? How can you build on it? And there you go. That's your first hair tutorial. Have a go. See you soon. Bye.